Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to Dark Light Archives. Isolation, a concept that can be peaceful in small doses, but when stretched to its extremes, it becomes a psychological and physiological trial. Whether you're in a remote cabin in the woods or lost in space, extreme isolation can have mind-bending effects on the human body. Today, we're diving into the science-backed true stories behind what happens to us when we're left completely alone. Our bodies are finely tuned to a 24-hour cycle thanks to a built-in biological clock called the circadian rhythm. In isolation, especially in environments without natural light, this clock goes haywire. Studies, including one famous NASA experiment on astronauts, reveal that people in isolation often develop a free-running sleep cycle, sleeping and waking at odd hours. Some even report staying awake for 36 hours, followed by 12-hour coma sleeps. This disruption can lead to exhaustion, irritability, and even hallucinations. Brain scans of people subjected to long-term isolation, like those in solitary confinement or researchers stationed in Antarctica, show reduced grey matter in areas responsible for memory and decision-making. The hippocampus, crucial for learning, physically shrinks. Neuroscientists believe this happens due to a lack of stimulation. The phrase "use it or lose it" is quite literal when it comes to your brain in isolation. Imagine this. You think it's been an hour, but it's actually been a day, or vice versa. Time distortion is one of the earliest effects of isolation. Without external cues like sunlight or social interaction, your brain struggles to anchor itself in reality. In one extreme experiment, French scientist Michel Siffre spent 2 months alone in a cave. He lost all sense of time and thought it was August when it was actually September. The brain starts playing tricks, making days feel like weeks or vice versa. You don't need complete sensory deprivation to start hallucinating, just prolonged isolation. In cases like sailors lost at sea or prisoners in solitary confinement, people report vivid hallucinations. One study on polar explorers revealed they often heard voices or saw figures in their peripheral vision. Scientists believe this happens because the brain starts to fill in the gaps of missing stimuli, creating its own sensory input. The effects of long-term isolation don't just hit the mind. They impact the body too. Studies show elevated cortisol levels, the stress hormone, is comparable to those in life-threatening situations. Your immune system weakens, your heart rate spikes, and some people develop chronic illnesses. The body interprets extreme isolation as a survival crisis, putting you into a constant fight or flight state. Over time, this chronic stress can cause real physical damage. Isolation isn't just a mental challenge, it's a full body experience. From shrinking brains to time distortion and physical stress, these effects remind us that humans are deeply social creatures. So, the next time you crave some alone time, be grateful for the luxury of choosing when it ends. Let me know in the comments, which of these effects surprised you the most? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating deep dives into the human condition. This is Dark Light Archives, where curiosity meets the shadows. See you next time.